Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Pretty Girls Anonymous. This is the channel where all the pretty girls come together and talk our shit. It's been a long time no see, and I am just so excited to come back to the channel and put my energy back into it. I fell off the last month or so because your girl was honestly just going through it. Like, after my most recent breakup or situationship ending, and on top of that I have been working like a dog. But honestly, within this month time span, I have come across a lot of things to make content on. And today I kind of want to talk about being the pretty girl, but also being depressed, and being the depressed pretty girl, as I guess that's like the best way to say it. But over the last couple of weeks, I feel like I have just been so down in the dumps, and I haven't been my regular self. And a lot of my clients have been picking up on that and not calling me out, but just, like pointing it out, like, hey, you don't seem like yourself. Like, what's going on? And honestly, working in the beauty industry, for anyone that is new to the channel, I am on year 2, almost 3 of working in the beauty industry, and I kind of want to make that a series on my channel. I currently work for a pretty big company, and I've also had a mentor. She is no longer my mentor anymore. I want to do a story time on that as well. And it's just been a journey, just enduring that. But being down and having to interact with clients 5 days out of the week has been the most draining thing ever, on top of not feeling like myself. And over the last couple of weeks, I've been pouring into myself as much as I could, but I've just been so down, and I feel like just processing my emotions and just getting through. My goal the last couple of weeks has just been to really get through the day. And I think a lot of people perceive pretty women as happy, cheerful, go with the flow, like easygoing. Like, all of those traits are pushed onto you. And when you don't meet that, you don't act like how people perceive you to act. It's almost like a shock. Like, oh, like, this isn't supposed to be, like, you're not supposed to be like this. You're not supposed to be sad. Like, when men are like, oh, girl, smile. Ooh, like, why you look so mad? Or like, you have RBF or anything like that. And it's like, okay, but if someone that isn't conventionally attractive is sad, the way you guys respond to that is almost like completely different. Like, I feel like as a pretty woman, being the damsel in distress is almost like the best way you can, like, quote unquote, be sad as a pretty woman, if that makes sense. But when you're just like depressed and down, I feel like people almost like won't let you have that emotion. Like, they won't let you be like that. Like, why is that? Can anyone else relate to that? Like, I feel like this channel, I'm honestly just going to be on here ranting, and I'm really just looking for people that can understand, relate, and just want to unpack all of these things that I have been just thinking about. And I have been almost a year strong into therapy. July will be exactly a year of me being in therapy, and I can honestly say it has been the most confirming and affirming thing that I have done for myself. I will be 23 in a couple of days, and I'm just so excited. That's another reason why I've just took a step back from this channel. And I was going hard for a little bit. I really was. Like, for like a good 2-3 weeks, I was doing good. And then I just fell off because my birthday is coming up, and just a lot of just sitting with myself. And I think that is something that a lot of people don't take the time to do, is sit with your emotions and really just try to unpack why I feel the way I feel and what triggers me to feel that way. And I can definitely say, like, unpacking childhood trauma, seeing the patterns in my past relationships, and just trying to psychoanalyze my emotions. I don't want to say it sent me in like a downward spiral, but I feel like I'm learning as I get older that you really have seasons in life. And I kind of I kind of really am starting to understand that concept. And I was just going through a little season, a little time. And even with the spring forward, like, I swore up and down, like, ooh, once the spring forward comes and it's lighter outside for longer, like, I'm gonna feel better. But yeah, I was just down the last like month or so. But y'all, I don't know. I have been coming across so many different women at work, and it's just been crazy to interact with them. Like, seriously. Another thing that kind of goes into this topic and like what I've been doing the last couple of weeks is like trying to find balance. Trying to find balance in my life, and to me, personally, I kind of feel like routines don't allow me to have balance, which I mean, I guess that doesn't kind of really make sense because you can obviously have a routine with balance in it. But I feel like me trying to stick to these routines and be like so hard on myself, I feel like I wasn't giving myself grace. I wasn't giving myself time to breathe. I wasn't giving myself time to decompress. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand, especially with the way patriarchy is set up. Like, we're constantly supposed to be on go. We're constantly supposed to be working, doing something, exerting energy into something every almost second of the day. And the hustle culture, I think that was part of like my depression, and like with my birthday coming up, I've just been like on myself, like, oh my God, I'm about to be 23. Like, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to be here doing this. And I think I'm honestly getting to the point where I'm like, damn, like, I need to allow myself to enjoy where I'm at. I need to allow myself to enjoy this moment, because once this is gone, I'm gonna be on to the next thing. And honestly, it's been over a year now since I quit working at Target, and sometimes I sit and reminisce about those 5 years of working there. And in that moment, at times I would always complain about that job. Like, me and my coworkers would talk shit our whole shift. But now I'm thinking like, damn, like, I'm where I wanted to be. I'm where I prayed and manifested myself to be right now. And I still think back to that time. So I'm just trying to allow myself to give myself grace and be more gentle with myself and be more aware of how I'm feeling and how those emotions are playing out in my day to day. Because I can honestly say, going to work and having to talk to women, especially the beauty service that I provide, is very intimate. It's something that takes, my clients feel very vulnerable. So I think sometimes I will be vulnerable myself to make them feel comfortable. All my clients say that I'm really down to earth. I make people feel very comfortable. And I think that is definitely part of my job. My bedside manner is top tier, baby, top tier. But I think sometimes that can really play on my mental health. And sometimes I get, not sometimes, majority of the time when I get off work, I literally ride home in complete silence. Like, I feel like my mind is on 1,000, because on a busy day, I will see from the least amount of people, maybe like 10, and to the most up to almost like 20 people a day. Think about having 10 to 20 different 20 to 30-minute conversations with people 5 days out the week. Like, I feel like a therapist when I go to work. Like, people confide in me and tell me so many different things. And I think now after a year of being in the industry, like working for a company in the industry and consistently doing this, I feel like I am now getting to the point where I need to have coping mechanisms for myself when I get off work. And people honestly do trauma dump. Like, I'm a very light-hearted person. I feel like I can hold a conversation with anyone. I'm able to laugh. I'm able to keep things light. But when I think about some of the things that these women tell me about their personal lives throughout the day, like, sometimes that shit be weighing on me. And I have to not let that, I have to not let it weigh on me. And I'm trying to figure out productive ways for me to channel these emotions and figure this out. And I think this channel is going to be a really good place for me to do that. If you guys will allow me to, please. I have so many stories, y'all. Like, even today, like, I literally got off work today. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I gotta film. Not film. I gotta record, because I just have to talk about this. Like, I feel myself getting out of the depression. I cannot talk. I feel myself getting out of the depression. My Shein package came for my trip. All my clothes fit, y'all. When does that ever happen? All of it fit. All of it's going to be looking bomb when I go on my trip. So I'm kind of getting out of the dumps. I'm rising up, y'all. Maya Angelou. I'm rising up, baby. I'm just so excited for this summer. Y'all, Janae Aiko is coming to my city, a fellow pretty girl. Baby, I'm gonna go see her. I'm so excited. And now that I am in this season of singleness, I think that was like also like what kind of initially triggered the depression was me officially like being single. And I truly feel like this is my season of singleness. Like I think 23 this year, I'm just gonna take the time to just pour into myself fully and not really worry about men. And I think I'm also going to film a video about like my journey with decentering men. I want to talk more about that. But I feel like I'm allowing myself more grace. I'm learning to allow myself to have more grace. And I'm also learning that it's okay for me to change perspective. It's okay for me to grow within my thoughts and within how I feel about certain things. But if there are any other fellow depressed girlies out there, please give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself a high five. You woke up, you tried, you did what you could, and sometimes that is all you need to do, and that is more than enough. Pour into yourself as much as you can. Find some healthy coping mechanisms. I am really trying to stop smoking the devil's lettuce, guys. I'm really trying to stop. I feel like that is like my immediate go-to. Like, okay, I'm happy, I'm sad, whatever emotion I'm feeling, I would want to smoke. And that sounds very fiend. That sounds like a fiend. And hey, call it what you want. But I'm working on myself. Like, that is something I really can't stress this enough, you guys. If you want to go to therapy or you thinking about it, you have the resources, the time, and you're actually open to being in a vulnerable space with a therapist, go do it. I cannot stress enough. Like, I was like a little depressed the last couple weeks, but I can definitely say like it was very manageable. Like, I feel like that is what therapy is also helping me with, managing my emotions and being able to put things in perspective and not just immediately spiral the second something goes. I don't even want to say necessarily wrong, but something happens. I face any type of adversity. I feel like I can do it, I can handle it, and I can be productive in that time. But yeah, I am rambling. But yeah, this is like my first video back, guys. I just want to talk about being depressed as a pretty girl. Like, I just feel like people don't recognize you as a human being. Like, you're really seen as an object that's always just supposed to be happy. Like, you're never supposed to have any type of any other emotion. And yeah, I just want to say to all the pretty girls out there, take this as a virtual hug, take this as a virtual high five. You are doing your best, baby girl. And more to come for me, definitely. I've been reading you guys' comments, and thank you guys so much for rocking with my channel. And shout out to Exoticals United. Like, I saw her comment, and I've been watching her videos and on her Patreon still during this little depressive episode. And girl, I love her channel so much. I'm so happy she shouted me out in her video. Thank you so much, girl, if you're watching. Love you. And thank you so much to all the pretty girls. I hope you guys have a great day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching. Thank you so much.